All right, let's get it. Contrary to popular belief, Juneteenth is a pacifier. And what do I mean by that? Well, I guess by the end of the video, I'll make myself clear. So, first I want to read what exactly Juneteenth is for those who are not aware. And reading what's on the screen. Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of African American slaves. It is often observed for celebrating African American culture. Originating in Galveston, Texas, it has been celebrated annually on June 19th in various parts of the United States since 1865. The day was recognized as a federal holiday on June 17, 2021, just a few weeks ago, when President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law. Juneteenth's commemoration is on the anniversary date of the June 19, 1865 announcement of General Order Number 3 by Union Army General Gordon Granger, proclaiming freedom for slaves in Texas, which was the last state of the Confederacy with institutional slavery. That's important. President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, issued on January 1st, 1863. Let me read that again. President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, issued on January 1st, 1863, 2 years prior, had officially outlawed slavery in Texas and in all the other southern secessionist states of the original Confederacy, except for the Confederacy areas already under Northern control. Enforcement of the proclamation generally relied upon the advancement of Union troops. Texas, as the most remote state, of the former Confederacy, had seen an expansion of slavery and had a low presence of Union troops as the American Civil War ended. Thus, enforcement there had been slow and inconsistent prior to Granger's announcement. And if you want to read more, you can read more, but that's basically what I wanted to cover, right? So, to make a long story short, right, these slave owners, slave masters, whatever you want to call them, in Texas, basically knew slavery was outlawed. They knew it was over, and they kept their slaves working. They kept them in bondage for an additional 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And this is one of the issues I have with Juneteenth being recognized as a federal holiday and being recognized as sort of the day slavery ended. So, I'm trying to be PC about this, right? So this really kind of like just sticks in my craw, because in my opinion, Juneteenth is sort of a slight. It's a slap in the face, right? As I was just saying previously, the Emancipation Proclamation abolished slavery in 1863. So this was only taking place in Texas, as I read in the previous slide. So the rest of black folks basically were free, or knew that they were free, if you want to call it that, right? I mean, because you can argue that slavery actually never ended, but that's a whole nother story. But the rest of the United States knew that they were free, except for those people in Texas. So, how do you take an event that's specific to Texas and sort of make it a national holiday? That's my question. That's my concern. It's really, like I said, it kind of just doesn't sit right with me. And for all of my pro-black people, please don't be upset with me. I mean, I know Juneteenth is important, and I know that it should be recognized. And I'm not in any way saying that we shouldn't acknowledge Juneteenth. I mean, because we should, right? Anytime that we get any type of acknowledgement, it is great in America. I mean, because with all of this arguing about critical race theory and all of that kind of BS, it's amazing that they even want to talk about things like June 19th, which is what the whole argument is really about, right? It's not about teaching white kids to hate themselves. It's about telling America's true history. And if you want to tell the true history, then you're going to have to include the good and the bad, which entails slavery and all of the evils that occurred during that time period. Just it is what it is. Like I said, there's no other way to put it. It has nothing to do with making white kids feel bad about themselves. Hey, if you want to be angry at someone, be angry at your ancestors. They're the ones who did it. Just saying. So, in my opinion, August 20th, and I believe it's August 20th. I don't know, the date probably isn't recorded, or maybe it is recorded somewhere, but August 20th, 1619 is the day that the first slave ship arrived in Virginia. I think this should be the day that should be celebrated if you're going to celebrate something in regards to slavery, right? This is a day that affected all black people here, or I guess I should say the ADOS people in America, right? I mean, because all black people in America aren't descendants of slaves, but the majority of us are. So this is something that affects the ADOS people in America. August 20th, 1619. If you're going to make a federal holiday, in my opinion, this is a much better day. And I also think that unlike Juneteenth, which probably won't be recognized by most companies, won't be recognized by most organizations. You won't get a paid day off from work unless you probably work for the federal government. But most jobs aren't going to recognize it. So like I said, it's kind of just like a pacifier, if you will. But I think August 20th, or whatever day in August that the ship actually arrived, like I said, that somebody else can research that. That's the day that should be recognized as a federal holiday, in my opinion. And on this day, I think all black people, and this includes you too, Tim Scott. I don't care if you're a professional athlete, you're an actor, you're an actress, from the highest executive all the way down to the lowliest. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say lowliest. All the way down to the cashier at your local grocery should get the day off from work with pay and no consequence. I think that would be a much better way to celebrate and commemorate slavery, in my opinion. And America will see all of our contributions. Just by taking one day off, they'll see how much we contribute to this culture, to this economy, to this society, to this nation. I mean, just imagine that. Imagine just a day where black people just get to sit back, relax, kick it, do whatever it is that you do. I think that would be a much better commemoration of slavery, especially since like we're never going to get reparations. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's never going to happen. We're never going to get that 40 acres and a mule or the equivalent, which would be probably millions of dollars. You know we're never going to get that, right? And I mean, you know, people keep talking about it. Let's just face the facts here, folks. It's not going to happen. I mean, like, honestly, a better reparations for me at this point in my life would be to pay no taxes. I'm just saying. Keep your 40 acres and a mule. Just don't let me pay any federal or state taxes anymore. That'd be reparations enough for me. That'd be great. And even that is probably like too high of a price tag for those who actually make laws. So I don't know. I'm just like I said, I'm just kind of perturbed, kind of angry at all of this whole Juneteenth thing, and you know everyone celebrating in the media and telling us that we should be happy, and you know, no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't, right? I mean, listen, it took Arizona how many years to recognize MLK Day as a national holiday? And still, what do we get for that? Nothing really. NBA players wearing MLK shirts. You know, you don't get time off from your job unless, like I said, unless you got a federal government job. You don't get time off with pay. Most of us have to go to work. You know, the kids may get the day off from school. Some of them, I don't even know if all of the kids get the day off from school or not. But we don't get anything for that. And we're not going to get anything for Juneteenth either. You know, a celebration, a parade. How is that any different from like a Black Expo weekend? I mean, seriously, it's the same thing. Same thing. We already got that, right? We already got that. So it's like, what are you conceding here? And like I said, it's cool to get recognition. I'm not downplaying the importance of that, but I'm just saying that let's not take our eye off the ball here, folks. I mean, it's truly just a pacifier. It is. It's in my opinion, it's something to go here. We gave you this. Now, kind of be happy and be quiet. And like I said, it's not even like it's not even the right day because, like I said, it didn't affect the majority of Black Americans. It just didn't. That's just the truth of it. So that's all I have for this one. If you like the way I think, slide over to Patreon. Check out some of my original short stories. It's only $1.50 per download. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on our future videos. Well, like always, I thank you for your time. Peace.